Well, we're about to leave Swindon. We've been here for a long time with Rick, and thank you, Rick. Feeling a bit anxious, Michelle?
No, okay.
You're good? Just me, is it?
Just you.
Right, so Mexico, here we come. Be here in a few minutes. We've got it on the taxi app, so you can actually see the taxi. So here's the van. Here's the taxi, shall I say?
Wait, you know the song Ice Ice Baby?
Yeah.
Yo, I stop, accelerate and listen. Ice is a cabbie, driving around Swindon. Someone jumped into my taxi, sat in the front because they didn't like the back seat. Will I ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn on my lights and drive slow. To the extreme, I drive a cab and I'm mental, but at the end of the week, I've got to pay my rental. Ice cabbie, dum dum dum. Yeah, see?
Oh, what a fella. Here we are on the GWR train, heading to Gatwick Airport. Yeah, everything's good. Train's on time. Nobody else really on the train, so that's good as well. Michelle and I, we've got a table to ourselves, and here is a rare opportunity to travel on these trains with no passengers on board. Look, it's an empty train. Okay, so now we are on the Gatwick train, which is going from Reading to Gatwick. Much more older rolling stock. It went to the second. Literally watched the clock turn over, so that's pretty good. Okay, we've come to the South Terminal. And apparently the South Terminal of Gatwick is completely closed. So the train will drop you off at the South Terminal and come into this remarkable building and follow the signs to the North Terminal. The South Terminal, Gatwick, is complete ghost town. Don't think I've ever been to Gatwick Airport where it's been this quiet. So we're on the shuttle to the North Terminal.
We would like to remind you to wear a face covering, maintain social distancing, and respect others around you.
That's pretty quiet.
Yeah, that's good timing.
We only just caught it. Social distancing. There's nobody here, look. So nobody's here, so I'll explain what we're doing today. Some tips about traveling, pretty much broad tips about traveling. For Michelle and I, rather than get up really early in the morning to come to Gatwick to get our plane, which goes around sort of mid-morning, we've decided to come up to Gatwick and actually stay in a hotel overnight. And that way we can get up at a leisurely manner, take things easy. And the Premier Inn that we're staying in is walking distance to where we need to check in. So I highly recommend that you consider making your journey as easy as possible. It's not expensive. Premier Inn is about between £29 and £31 a night, and they're lovely, they're comfortable, and it means you can get up at your leisure in the morning and walk down to where your plane departs. Anyway, we're here. Here is the express train, and there is our hotel right over there. Beautiful, huh? So we can get up in the morning. We're right on the North Terminal departures, which are just over here. North Terminal Gatwick. We're barely 100 yards away. So we can get up a little bit later at our leisure and make our way to the plane. Yeehaw! Happy with that, Michelle?
Very good.
They've closed the back door off. We've got to come round to the front. The last Premier Inn we stayed in was automated check-in as well, so everything was done without interacting with people. 317. So we've got our room key. Okay. So I actually changed my room because that room that we just went into, the first room, it just looked into a sort of like a grey concrete tunnel. So I've asked something with a bit of a view. Today Michelle and I are travelling to Mexico from the UK during a pandemic, and I wanted to share the video with you to let you know exactly how it goes. So it's early morning, time for us to head over to the airport. We're actually stopped in a Gatwick Airport hotel just opposite the terminal, so it's a very short walk. So let's get over and check out the Gatwick North Airport Terminal. Thank you, Premier Inn.
Doors closed.
So we're now in the terminal. I'm going to put my mask on for the rest of the filming. Okay, see you in the terminal. So when we arrived here last night, the South Terminal was completely deserted. And it looks to me like the North Terminal this morning is much the same. Good morning, Michelle.
Morning. Here we go.
Here we go. About 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. So even so, we're going to go and sit around the terminal, get out, have some, I was going to say get some fresh air, but I forgot about these masks. For about 8 o'clock in the morning, this is pretty quiet. So we think check-in is over this way. British Airways, that's us. Over here. We have to put our backpacks into the security cases. Here are the queues. So you can see it's quite quiet. So it's interesting that the girl at the check-in said the flight is full again. And I don't understand. If British Airways want to provide a service that's meant to be giving you social distancing, why on earth are they filling the flights to the gunnels? This is a bit annoying, yeah? Well, not annoying, but whenever we fly we get the same thing. The girl's saying the flight is chock-a-block. And British Airways are cancelling flights. Yesterday's flight was cancelled. Today's is chock-a-block. And they're putting people seat by seat by seat. There's no spacing at all. Well, I'll let you know when we get on if that's the case, but that's what she's saying. She's saying the whole thing is completely full. Why, if they're saying they want to socially distance, are they not organising the planes to take a limited number of passengers? I just don't understand it. Okay, so here is the inside of the terminal. Most of the cafes are closed. Wetherspoons is closed. Most of the food establishments are shut. I don't know, but Michelle and I find it very warm in here. So there's a WH Smith's open. And there is the departure board for today. And we're going to chill for a little while because we've got an extra 20 minutes on top of our 2.5 hours to wait. It's always safer just to come into the airport. You can either sit around your hotel or you can sit around an airport, and generally we find it's just as comfortable and less stressful just to chill in the airport. So yeah, I'm a little surprised when we came to the check-in. The girl said it looks like it'll be very full, like not any spaces between people. So we'll see that when we get on the plane, but it grates me that on the media and the news everybody's talking about how great they're doing with the social distancing and this, that and the other, and then they put you on a plane full of people. It's funny, this morning Michelle said to me when we were just going through the check-in, she said, "Your jumper's on inside out." It's an early start. Can't dress myself in the morning. Anyway, try to make your flying as stress-free as possible. It doesn't bother us too much that there'll be, you know, too many people on the flight, but for those of you that actually are frightened of flying and concerned about social distancing, I suspect you'd be pretty disappointed, perhaps even frightened, I don't know. So all the rules on social distancing obviously completely stop as soon as you get through to the departure section, which is really kind of strange, isn't it? Okay, we're away, Michelle. We're away. So we're on the plane, and we might have a free seat between us. We'll see. So it's a Boeing. It's a Boeing 777. We've got touchscreen TVs. Modest amount, not a great deal of leg room. There's a little roll-out table.
You've got me.
We're over the wing, unfortunately, which doesn't matter, I suppose, but doesn't mean we don't get much of a view. People are still coming on, so the idea you might have had a little bit of space on the plane doesn't happen. It doesn't bother Michelle and I, but it probably will bother quite a few people, I guess. We're not so worried.
Well, they say on their website that they're all sanitised.
So you've got a blanket sanitised, a little pillow, and a set of earbuds.
Headphones.
Yeah, they're like cheapy headphones, but they work. On the screen here, let's have a little touch. So you can choose your language, English, Espanol. So we go English. Movies. So you've got a selection of movies that you can watch during the flight. Quite a lot of movies. So loads of movies. So back to the home. We've also got TV, box sets, made in Britain.
Ladies and gentlemen, the way in which we live and travel has obviously changed, and we want to share the following public health message on behalf of the UK's public health agencies, which we hope will provide you with greater awareness and reassurance.
The box sets, best of TV, comedy, dramas. Back to the home screen, we've also got some audio, I'm guessing it'll be radio, playlists, essentials, some games for the kids. This will be kids TV and things, so stuff for the kiddies to watch, movies, TV, music, and back to the home screen. Also you've got the map, so it'll tell you where you are and where you're heading to. So there you are, that's the plane and that's where we're flying to, into Cancun. You can just pinch in, take a little look. So it's quite a tactile little screen actually. That's the flight that we're doing from London Gatwick. Maybe from the new releases, anything you want to recommend, and I'll tell you what I watch maybe in the comments if I get a moment, or at the end of the flight maybe. I reckon I should get through at least 2 or 3 movies. Plus, although they give you some inexpensive earbuds, I always bring my own headphones, over-ear headphones with noise cancelling, so I can you know, drown out some of the sound of the people around me and just, you know, get a real immersive experience. You can shout on a plane if you've never been on one before, but there's this constant sort of hum in the air which makes it, you have to talk quite loud so you can get quite a sore throat. So generally you just either want to kick back and sleep, or just sit and watch some movies.
777
Right, I've got to put my seatbelt on, stop talking to you guys. All right, talk to you on the flight if there's anything that comes up. I'm not sure what the sound is going to be like with this this GoPro Media Mod microphone. Hopefully it's fairly good, but if not, well, we'll have to put some music over all this. So we've got a little bit of red wine, a Merlot. Michelle's got orange juice and a Coke, and some little pretzels.
Gentlemen, once we have arrived into Cancun, we will be disembarking all customers in small groups. So please remain seated. That's please remain seated as soon as we do land until your seat row number has been called. Thank you.
That's our friendly steward. It's been a bit of a... It's okay to talk to face to face, but over the tannoy he's got not a great voice. He tends to bark out instructions a little bit rudely. So we're now at the baggage collection. Michelle's right over there. I'm going to just stop here and get our bags, and then we're out of here and and got a taxi to the hotel. So it was pretty plain sailing. I might do a little monologue later on just to say how the trip went, just to fill in any afterthoughts. So we've got to look out for our Ospreys, our backpacks with our transporters. Okay, we're not last, but we're getting there. It doesn't always happen, but it can happen, does it? It often feels like you're the last off, but there's probably about a quarter of the people still left waiting. We're just near the Margaritaville. The Booking.com guy here has got our taxi organised. So the flight was good. Everything's okay. The weather's gorgeous. So we've arrived. It's all good. Everything to plan. Jose, yeah?
Así es.
Okay. This is the fella from Booking.com. Spray over. So it's interesting, we booked this with Booking.com, and they assured me when I rang them that it would be a vehicle for just Michelle and I, and it is. The couple that were walking with us, they've gone into their own vehicle next door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to film off from this today, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow and show you where we're heading to. So you've got the idea. That's what it's like traveling during the lockdown. We've flown between London and Cancun. It's pretty cruisy, pretty simple. Well, you can see we're in Cancun. The weather's gorgeous. It's 26, 27 degrees, lovely and warm, absolutely perfect. The apartment's great. I'll give you a look around that in another video. I just wanted to cover a few important points that we didn't get to cover because it's quite tiring, you know, traveling. And when you arrive in a country, the last thing I want to do is film everything. But it's important to note when you come out of the airport in most cities in Mexico, particularly here in Cancun, there's a lot of touts trying to sell you taxi services and things. They're generally going to try and rip you off. So make sure you book a service between where you're staying and the airport before you get off the plane. We used Booking.com. They have a taxi service. It wasn't the cheapest, but it was at least organized. You'll see there that the guy met us from Booking. He was a little bit preoccupied waiting for other people, but you know, you get his full attention, make sure that he's doing his job. You really have to be astute. You know, you're tired, you've been traveling probably for quite a long time. When you come out of that airport, there are guys there trying to play with your mind. One guy came to Michelle, he was dressed in a suit, and he said he wanted to see Michelle's papers. He was with the airport authority. Michelle went to get her papers out. I said, no, Michelle, don't do that. I said, let's just go on. Oh, he said, excuse me, sir, I'm with the airport. You have to show me these papers. And we just carried on walking because I know straight away nobody's going to be asking for that sort of stuff once you're outside of the customs section. He was a tout. He was looking to try and see where we were staying, and then he would have tried to sell us some tours and taxi stuff, and he soon moved away from us and went and started pestering someone else. Be aware of that though, because when you come out and you're tired, you can be susceptible to being taken in by these guys. They look quite official. They are not official. Okay, so just brush them aside and follow the instructions that are given to you by the courtesy car or taxi service that you have. This place is just great. I'll give you a look round on another video. Maybe we'll have a little talk about it, and we shall be getting out and exploring wonderful Cancun. It's so good to be in a foreign land again. It is so exciting to be somewhere where we feel a little bit different, and the weather, well, it's just gorgeous. Anyway, love to you all. Michelle and I will see you very shortly. Take care.